It's Brad here from Etrailer, and today we are taking a look at the Curt A20 fifth wheel for OEM prep packages on GM and Chevy trucks. Today we have it in a 2025 GMC Sierra 3500. When choosing a fifth wheel to tow your camper down the road, it's a big investment, so you want to make sure you're getting one that you're going to enjoy for the lifespan of hauling with your truck. And the Curt A20 is a great option for capacities that are 20,000 pounds for your gross trailer weight rating and lower. You have 5,000 vertical load limit on here, but the main thing with this one in this configuration is it's for an OEM prep package on Chevy and GM trucks. OEM prep packages, or puck systems as they call, are a great option for a lot of newer trucks that you can get prepped from the factory, and it allows you to drop in a fifth wheel or use a gooseneck ball without having to get anything installed. No need for fifth wheel rails. Now with that being said, you may have to get a new fifth wheel to drop into that OEM prep system, and this is one of them. Now, if you have an existing fifth wheel that you want to use with your factory OEM puck system, you can get adapters for that will allow you to drop in. But if this is your new truck and you don't have a fifth wheel and you're looking for a great option, going with the OEM prep is a really great option because it drops directly in and it's specifically designed for your truck. The way that the Curt fifth wheels work is they have a letter and number. The number always goes with the weight capacity, and this being an A, the way I like to think of it is articulating, and that means a fully articulating head. So we have side to side, front to back, which is going to be beneficial for a few different reasons. Mostly for hooking up, it's going to contour to the kingpin, making it a lot easier to latch in. But also as you go down the road, it's going to have some little bit of cushion there that's going to allow to have some movement without really jostling the vehicle and translating all of that shock to the truck while you drive. So you're going to get a lot more comfort with that fully articulating head. And it is something I recommend to people that are going to be using a fifth wheel quite often. Now included with this is going to be a lube plate, which is really nice. Instead of having to grease this all up, you can put this on your kingpin, and that's going to keep this rotating nice and smooth. So they didn't really need to include this, but it is a nice addition. A lot of times people will pick these up after the fact, but that's just going to keep the whole setup a lot cleaner. As far as getting our kingpin in place, we have our pin here that locks our handle in place while going down the road. Let's open up this jaw, because one of the other things that I recommend to people is getting a 360 wraparound for your kingpin. And this one's kind of neat. It actually overlaps. So in the open position, it's ready to be coupled. When you start to back that trailer up, it's going to automatically latch. So I'll have to give it a little force here. But as this drops in, if this hole is aligned, you know that it's captured. And taking a closer look at it here, as I pop that out, you'll see the jaws are a 360, meaning it goes all the way around, but it also overlaps here, and it's going to be about an inch once it's all said and done. So your kingpin's not going to be able to pop out of this. Even, you know, if you hit some harsh bumps or something serious happens, this is going to still keep everything attached. And some of the, I'd say more budget conscious fifth wheels, instead of being 360 wrap around, you'll have a spot where the kingpin sits and then a bar goes across. And that really does kind of make it a little bit looser of a connection. Not as secure in my mind, but this is something that I do recommend. It's you know, you're towing a lot of weight down the road and you want to be comfortable knowing that it's going to hold that in place. Something that is a feature on here that is, I would assume, I think it's kind of neat and helpful, but it's not very visible, is going to be, you'll know it's in the latch position or safe to tow based off an indicator, which is located on the backside. So I'll get out of the way so we can show you that. And the color indication is going to let us know the state to make sure that we're safe to tow. The issue I have with it, it's going to be really hard to see, but chances are you're going to have to come back here to pin up your handle once it's latched up. So it's a good way. It's a kind of a go, no-go gauge. So as you can see, right now it's in a green where it's in the coupled position, but as I pull this back, if it's not fully there, it's going to let you know pretty quick that you're not safe to tow. But as soon as I move it to that latch position, it brings it to green, everything's good. And then in the open position, you'll see, it'll also let us know where we're at. Is it something that I would use all the time? No, but also it is nice once it is latched to double check it. Again, giving you peace of mind going down the road that you know it's latched up. The unfortunate part though is right now we have a toolbox and a tonneau cover that's rolled up. So as far as seeing this while backing up your truck, you may not be able to see that. Now, when you latch this in place, when you're coupled, I do think it's nice that they have this included chain for your linchpin here. That way you don't have to worry about finding it. It's always going to be attached to the fifth wheel. As far as height adjustments, right now we have it in about our middle position, and you have adjustability by a decent amount. So at the lowest, 13 inches of height all the way up to 17. So that way you can account for the height of your kingpin to get your trailer nice and level. No fifth wheel is light by any means, but once you separate it, it's really not that bad and does make it manageable for one person. So to pull the head off, it's pretty simple. You'll see that we have a linchpin here. The handle on the back side has a nice handle, so pretty easy to pull with this. It's pretty large, but the handle you can get a good grip on, pull that out. And as far as that articulation, it's done by, we have some urethane in here. So for the first few times, you may have to kind of wiggle it out. And you can see those are just around the head here. So that articulation rotates in here for our front to back, and then our side to side is accomplished here. So that's kind of a nice little look at the rotation of the head. So we'll set this aside. With the head off, you can see that height adjustment. Just have the 3 different heights. The legs are going to be threaded, so you take the bolt, feed that through, and then once it goes through our base, we have a nylon lock nut. So if you needed to adjust this, you would simply just take these off, move it up, tighten it back down, torque it, and just do that on both sides. So pretty easy overall. And then being that it's OEM prep, you have your feet. And to get the base out, we have a linchpin that goes through both of the handles in a bracket. So we just pull this out. And then our handles, you'll just slide these to the horizontal position. And once you do that for all 4, you should be able to pull this out. Once your pin's out, you just pull these handles. And they can be a little bit tight in the beginning, but you can adjust these as well. So you have a cotter pin and a castle nut. So you can just pull the pin out, loosen up the castle nut a few turns until you get it at a spot where it's nice and easy to go in, but it's not too sloppy. Once all 4 of them are in that horizontal position, you can then raise your base up and out of the way. With your fifth wheel out of the way, you can put your caps on, and it goes back to being a normal bed in no time. So that's something that you're going to want to consider. Is if you're going to be taking that fifth wheel in and out quite often, having one that breaks down, totally worth it. Getting one that's lighter weight, totally worth it. And honestly, this checks a lot of those boxes. So overall, A20 is going to be a great option if you're looking for a fifth wheel for your OEM prep package. And hopefully this video helped you decide if it's going to be the right fifth wheel for your truck.